And it's happy hour time. This is my bartender. Yeah, and I'm gonna have a bad hangover. Yep. Sounds good. All right. Sounds good. Thank you. My new birthday coming up. I'm all wired up. Stem cells coming back into my system. Just want to say thank you everybody for the thoughts and prayers. It seems to be working. I actually did really good on the chemo. Felt really good. So far, fingers crossed, that the stem cell is just as good of an experience. Although they say that the side effects can kick in a couple days later, I'm hoping for better results. All right, guys, thanks, one love. Appreciate love and prayers again. Keep them coming. I'll take them. Peace. That's it, number 3. Last one. Going in. She's taking good care of me. What up, fellas? Ain't gonna lie, this shit sucks. But another day in the books. Just creating a video diary of what I have experienced so far going through my multiple myeloma autologous stem cell transplantation. It is the 13th day since I arrived here at the hospital. They give you a calendar, and the day you come in is day -1. That's when they give you the melphalan, which is the chemotherapy that really just knocks your immune system out, just kills everything, kills all your cells, good and bad. And then the next day they come in and they put your stem cells back that they harvested, prior to me arriving. Yeah, it's not been fun. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. The biggest thing I can tell you that I've experienced is the nausea and the diarrhea. That it's just like, I can say that without, because you lose all sense of dignity when you're stuck in a place like this. But yeah, the nausea and the diarrhea, it's just, it's tough. And the hospital here has been phenomenal. They do their best to make you comfortable, but it's not been fun. So a couple things if you're going through this or gonna go through this, and I just want to share my experience, so this way you have a general idea. I know everybody's journey is unique, but at least you can have an idea of what I experienced. So the melphalan is pretty quick, it's potent, it's strong, and so it's pretty much done in 15 minutes or 15-20 minutes. They put that stuff in you and you're 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 done. um, and you don't really feel anything. um, uh, but then you know the next day they come in and they put your stem cells back, and um, they tell you to watch out for allergic reactions to the preservatives that they use to preserve your stem cells, because they freeze them and they add a preservative. So the one thing I will tell you is that if you feel anything, or just have an inkling of a allergic reaction, just let them know. um, and then I'll get more about allergic reactions later on over what I had experienced yesterday. But yeah, so um, they put the stem cells back. Luckily enough, I didn't have an allergic reaction, and they give you this anti-nausea medication through the IV before they do the Melphalan. Well, that thing works like magic, because I could tell you that I did not feel nauseous or sick after I got the Melphalan. They don't tell you that it wears off in 3 days. So after I got my stem cells, they started to feel like a little funny, and then things start to really, the shit starts to hit the fan, so to speak. But you know, you start to feel nauseous, man. You you're hypersensitive to everything, smells. You don't even want to talk. You don't want to drink water. Um, you just have to sort of, you know, try to bear with it. But they give you anti-nausea medication, and the anti-nausea medication they were giving me, which was Zofran, which is the little pill you put underneath your tongue and it dissolves, was making me nauseous. That pill itself was making me nauseous, just because you're hypersensitive to all the tastes and the smells. So you put your the pill underneath your mouth and you're tasting medicine, and it's just not fun. Um, so oh, actually, let me backtrack a little bit, because when they give you the Melphalan, um, what they tell you to do is there's a lot of things you got to watch out for. But one of the main things is that you have to keep your ice filled with ice chips, because it's so corrosive that it will cause sores. It's going to pull the cells out of your inside of your mouth, because it's like raw tissue. So you got to sort of freeze them to prevent them from being sucked up by the Melphalan. So you got to keep your mouth full with ice chips. And if you're going to do this, make sure you keep chewing on ice chips. Just do not stop. Lucky enough, I didn't develop anything. I am starting to now. Like I said, I'm 13 days here. Start to develop a little bit of the dryness in the mouth, and so I'm trying to keep my mouth moist, and bring chapstick, bring anything to keep the lips lubed up. Just yeah, it's not fun. Anyway, so yeah, you just keep sucking the ice chips. That's one thing I gotta just let you know, make you aware of, and I'm sure they will make you aware of it as well. So, but anyway, back to the nausea. I could not get that under control, man. They were giving me stuff, and it would last. So you have an appetite after you get your stem cells, but that starts to go away, and you got to try to eat. But man, nothing. Like, you're disgusted. You want to throw up. You have the urge to vomit constantly. So you got to add nutrition, but you don't want to eat. You don't even want to drink water. Every bit of, at first I was just like, oh, this hospital food isn't so bad. It's not even like hospital food. Well, after I got my stem cells back, and the anti-nausea medication that they administered when they give you the Melphalan kicked off, Um, it tasted like hospital food. It's just I want to just thinking about it now is actually making me dry heave. Um, but yeah, the nausea and that sick feeling is the thing you gotta get over. It's not fun, and it's gonna linger. So there are 3 anti-nausea medications, actually maybe 4. Amend, which is the one they administered before. That's the wonder drug, man. That thing's, ooh, that's the one that really kills the nausea. But they can only administer it every 3 days, so you can't get it like back to back. And then there's a Zofran that's like an IV push, which is, I think it's called Copazine. So they push that through an IV real slow, like through here, which is the TLC, the triple line catheter. Um, um, and then there's something with a D. I forgot what it is. That's also a small pill that works well, but it works well for a meal. Like you eat, and then all of a sudden you're just getting that nauseous feeling again. So I was trying to deal with the Zofran from the start, but I quickly became apparent that I needed something a little bit stronger. So the Copazine was the one, which was the IV push. Worked well because that lasted at least a good part of the day. So you could eat like 2 meals. By the time the third meal came around, you wanted something again. And then after a couple days, my nausea got really bad, where they were just like, all right, we want to give you Amend again, which is the one they get administered right before the Melphalan. And that thing, like I said, it works wonders. I've had it administered probably maybe 3 days ago, maybe 4, and it's worn off, and I still have that nauseous feeling. So I just don't want any more drugs in my system. It gets to that point where you just don't want nothing. Just thinking about it, but anyway, so the one thing I kept doing was keeping an eye. They draw labs every day, so they check your levels and stuff like that. My white blood count cells were pretty much at 0.1. So I was pretty much on track with everything in terms of recovery and how this process goes. And so right now I'm at the point where hopefully my white blood count cells and my levels start to stabilize and shoot back up. And they said once it starts to turn around, or once it starts to trigger or go once it starts to change, it ramps up really quick. So I'm hoping that that's the case and I can get out of here. Like I said, I'm on day 13 of being in the hospital, which is like 2 weeks pretty much. And I'm ready to leave. I just, again, the staff here has been wonderful. They do everything to make your stay comfortable and welcoming. They're just super accommodating, but you're not in the right mindset, man. You're just hypersensitive. Like the one woman that would come in and take my stats, like she had this cheap Dollar General style perfume that would just make me want to throw up. And that's how sensitive you are. And no offense to her, I'm sure hell, if you had to come in and smell patients that are in their rooms and stinky, I would want something strong to mask that smell. So I don't. But anyway. So yeah, it's not been fun. and I'm ready to go home. I'm done. So let me recap real quick. One, you know, you come in, they pop the catheter in you, which is a TLC, triple line catheter. That stays in there until I'm ready to leave. They administer everything through it. The melphalan, your stem cells, and any other drugs that need to come through this triple line catheter. So don't be fooled by the, getting the melphalan and you're not feeling anything. It's gonna kick in. You're gonna lose all your hair. Like, I'm starting to lose all this stuff, but they say by the time I go home, I'm probably gonna be like powder. And I shaved, and my hair has not grown back. Normally, next day I have to shave, but my hair has not grown back. Free bikini waxes. So keep your mouth full with ice chips. Bring things that will keep your lips moist. Bring a lot of entertainment, computers, computer tablets. Keep yourself entertained because you're pretty much isolated into a room. Get up and walk around when you can. I make sure that I'm mobile at least twice a day. So in other words, I actually, if you look here, let me flip the camera. Actually, I'm gonna just turn it. There's a hallway there. I'll actually have other videos of me walking through the hallways, but there's a hallway that you're able to walk, and I do laps, even if it's a little bit. Just do what you can, just to keep moving. Get up and walk around. When you get listen to your body. When you get your stem cells back, if you're having any allergic reaction, notify them immediately. It's very vital. I actually, when I mentioned that, I only mentioned that because I was low on platelets, and you have to sort of sign off to make sure that they're able to put platelets back in you if your body needs it. And I had an allergic reaction to it. I thought I was imagining something at first, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said something, because I had a little itch in the back of my throat, and all of a sudden my lips started just getting tingly, and so they had to stop it. The team, the doctor, the pharmacist, the nutritionist, they all came into my room at once just to make sure, because it could be fatal. That's what the APN told me. She says, we lucky enough we stopped it, because that is not good. So listen to your body, and don't be afraid to say, they'll tell you if something isn't right. Just let us know, and it better be safe than sorry, because this is serious stuff. Yeah, I know I was kind of all over the place. I was trying to stay focused, but it's not even hard. It's hard to do that when you're under these circumstances. So, and that's pretty much it. And I'll maybe rearrange this video to be more in timeline with the way things happen. But yeah, hopefully this will help somebody that's going to go through it. And I wish you the best in your journeys. Take care.
Because let me see. Okay.
Yep.
I want you to inhale and hold. Okay. Okay. That's
Oh,
it.
wow. That was
You can breathe now.
yeah, that was easier than the last time.
We finished. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even
Okay?
feel that one.
Oh, you didn't feel? Yeah.